Ah, right, that'll do it. Oh, hey guys. I just got done setting up another dirty tank. I see you must have found my thumbnail and clicked on it. That's great, stick around because I'm going to give you some information that you're going to want to hear. Because not only can these dirty tanks be low maintenance, they all can be low maintenance. Let me just put this shovel away. Really? Oh. That hurt. So when you're talking about a low maintenance aquarium versus what I like to call regular style of fish keeping, these key differences are going to be what? In your regular style fish keeping, you have an aquarium, you have a sand substrate or a gravel substrate, whichever you prefer. You have a filter running that tank and you need to do water changes. You also need to add a dechlorinator when you're using your tap water to fill it back up, top it off, doing your water changes, etc. You're using products and things like that to keep the tanks where they got to be. Versus your low maintenance aquariums, such as your dirted sand cap tanks that we discuss in this video as it goes on, where in these tanks you have an organic soil capped with so much sand and a whole bunch of plants, and the dirt grows them plants much like it would outside in the garden or your landscaping. You don't need any fertilizers, and the plants grow wonderfully, and these plants are what keeps your aquarium running and keeps all your ammonia, your nitrites, and your nitrates in check. You don't need a filter because your plants are your filter. Therefore, you don't rarely even have to do water changes, if at all, in these tanks. So therefore, you're not needing to add product into your aquarium to dechlorinate the water, except when you do top-offs. Or if you have RO water or well water or something to that effect, when you do top-offs, you don't even need any dechlorinators or products to keep the tank going. They're all natural. They're low maintenance. So those are the key differences between the two when you look this up. These are the things you're going to run into. I just wanted to state the differences between the two for the new hobbyist. But let's move on, and I will repeat these things a few times throughout the video, so I do apologize for that. But we'll keep the video pretty short as much as we can. Tanks like this Tiger Barb tank and this Mbuna tank. These aquariums here are ran by canister filters. There's just a sand substrate, some plants, and I have to do water changes in them. However, they're low maintenance too. Hey, look, I get it. We all want that aquarium that's easy to take care of. You enjoy keeping the fish, but you don't have the time or you don't have the desire to do the work involved with an aquarium. So what do? We start getting on Google, we look it up. You start running into people like Father Fish, Patty's Aquatics, Talisa Aquarist was a new content creator I met on fish keeping, and she'll be joining me on my live soon on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can check her out if you don't know about her. She's another natural aquarium aquarist. But I get it. You never have to do anything in these aquariums. They're plant controlled. The plants keep everything under control. They keep your ammonia, nitrite, and nitrates in check. However, we're going to discuss, as this video goes on, why you shouldn't even have ammonia or nitrate in your aquarium. If you do, you have a problem, which is a big sign of an aquarium that's not been running very long, that hasn't matured yet. Let's talk about it. Obviously, as with anything, there's variables here too. All my aquariums in this fish room, apart from these two natural dirted tanks, are ran by canister filters. I do have hang in the backs as backups and a place to put carbon or chemical filtration if I want to at times, but they just sit there running all my aquariums as a polisher until I need them for a specific purpose. But the reason why I don't have to do as much maintenance and water changes on this regular style of fish keeping is because I'm running these canister filters. I don't have to clean these canister filters but every 7 months. And as a matter of fact, I hit just a bit over the 6-month mark, so I went and tested 2 of them and they weren't even dirty. They didn't even need cleaned. The flow was fine. I just wanted to check them. So I didn't do any more of them. They're good to go. So you're talking about 7 months. That's over half of a year my canister filters can run without having to clean them or need maintenance. And there's other tips and tricks involved with these things that you can do to reduce cleaning your filters as well, such as if you have sand with fish that do a lot of digging and plume the sand up in the water column a lot, put a pre-filter on the inlet. Keep that sand out of the filter, because sand can stop your impeller and make them start making a grinding noise because the sand gets in there. Since I put pre-filters on the tanks that have the species of fish that do that, back to 7-month cleaning, no issues. So, as my thumbnail showed, because I'm seeing this question a lot, low maintenance aquariums, how can I keep low maintenance aquariums? Well, any aquarium can be low maintenance. It all depends on how old, how established it is, what kind of fish you're keeping, and what kind of filter you're running. Maybe you don't like canister filters. You don't have to run a canister filter. Hang the backs are great. I love all the types of filtration. I got sponge filters in here too that I use that I rarely clean in these 10-gallon tanks. I just cleaned my one sponge filter out, I think it was yesterday. And that was after 4 or 5 months of it running. And how did I clean it? I pulled it out, I took it to the sink, and I cleaned it in tap water. I have a video about cleaning your filter media in tap water. Check it out. I can link it up here or here, and you can check that out and see why it's safe to do so. So basically, to sum it all up, all I'm trying to say is all these aquariums can be low maintenance by adding in a few factors that I discussed in this video. Obviously, with the sand cap dirted tanks, it's easy right out of the box, but you still have a certain amount of work with those involved too. Is it less than your regular style fish keeping? Yes, it is, but the regular style fish keeping can also be just as simple when you take into consideration that once you have a well mature seasoned tank, you have a good buildup of your biological bacteria that keeps everything in check. You don't overfeed your fish. And you take all the little tips and tricks that you learn over the years, a lot of which you can see on my channel. I got a lot of videos on this, and we've discussed a few of them in this video. If you add all this in to your regular style fish keeping, they can be just as low maintenance. I think most of the problem is what people don't understand in this hobby, less is best. For a best example that I can provide you, this 75-gallon Abuna tank is very well overstocked. I started with 10, they kept having babies, and it kept rising and rising and rising. Since then, the only major thing I've had to do is add some extra filtration. But how do I get away with only having to do monthly water changes in that tank, and my nitrates only ever reach 80 ppm? Because I do things as not overfeeding my fish. I only feed them every other day. I'm not always cleaning the canister filter. I'm always putting my hands in the tank and disrupting the ecosystem, disrupting the good bacteria. That stuff is not all bad that you see that's dirty. There's some good stuff in there that helps keep things in check. Less is best. The more you keep your hands out of the tank, the more you enjoy your fish rather than working in it. Now, if working in your tanks is something you like to do and enjoy within the hobby, that's fine. You do it the way you want to do it, but maybe do it a different way. Maybe set up different tanks. Maybe try different methods of fish keeping, aquascaping. There's a lot of different things you can do within this hobby to keep your hands busy if that's what you enjoy about it. But to keep interrupting an already established tank, all you're doing is stressing your fish out and stressing the ecosystem within it. In turn, you're going to have nothing but issues. I don't care what method of fish keeping you like to do, they all can be low maintenance is the point of this video. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I don't want to have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I know you don't, and I want to keep the video as short as possible. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and I get back to you. I always do. So please take what I say and just add it into how you like to do your fish keeping. So you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Be safe. I certainly appreciate your time and stopping by, and we'll see you on the Saturday morning 9 a.m. live stream. If you're watching this video, that's either still going on or already over, but either way, come see me. Check it out. I'll answer any questions you got. Bye.